Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and today we're going to start a new project. Well, it's not really new because I kind of already started it, but I'm going to go through and I'm going to do it right. And what I'm talking about is this. Archie's pal Jughead, number 22 from 1954. I figured as long as I got this far, I might as well just go ahead and work on this project. And that's what we're going to do right after this. As you can see, I've got my tray here. And the first thing I'm going to do is put in a brand new piece of Kollecting. I just cut this a few minutes ago. And then we're going to set this in here. What I plan to do today is remove the experimental and it might be confusing because I have this, my hands are coming from, no, that won't be confusing at all. It's confusing to me. My camera is set up a little differently than what it was. So, yeah, the idea is I'm going to take off all of the pulp that I put on there as an experiment. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some Tingujo paper to seal these tears before I do the leaf casting on it. And I think that's a good idea to go ahead and get those sealed up before I do the leaf casting. So, yeah, what I'm going to use is some hot water and a little bit of dish soap. And I know people say, well, you got to use this or you got to use that. And I've been using dish soap to clean comics for 40 years. I ain't going to change now. Let me go get that hot water. All right, okay, it's not really all that hot, but I believe it's hot enough to do the job. And I'm not going to put a lot in there. I think that's plenty. Just want to make sure we get it wet. We've got about 4 or 5 drops of soap in that. And see, 108 degrees. So that should be warm enough. I'm going to go ahead and agitate it just a little bit. I'm going to let this sit for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and we'll start taking that pulp off. Although I could probably start taking the pulp off now. And I'm back, so let's see if we can get this off. Oh yeah, no problem at all. Took a little bit of the paper. I'm not too worried about that. Let me fish this out of here. I got a piece of cardboard. I'll just set it on that. As you can see, it's pretty easy to take and undo what you've done when you're doing leaf casting. And like I said, it's taking some of the taking some of the cover with it, and I'm not overly concerned with that right now because the cover is in such bad shape anyway. Can't make it much worse. This is a plastic putty knife, by the way. You can get them anywhere they sell this kind of stuff. And to me, it's ideal for removing leaf casting that you don't want on there, that you decided you want to go a different way or a better mix. I will be rinsing this again before I do anything else to it. I have to rinse it with some calcium hydroxide. I've been thinking about trying calcium carbonate. That's what Jerry the Jitterbug uses, and he pretty much swears by it, so I've been thinking about getting some of that, giving it a try. All right, let's see what we got here. I got a little bit off, a little bit of the acid out of it too. As you can see, it's a little bit yellow. Let me go empty this tray, and then I'll come back and we'll rinse it out with some calcium hydroxide. Okay, I decided before I do anything else, I want to go ahead and dry it off a little bit with some paper towels, and as you can see, I already did that. Somebody forgot to turn his camera on, and I already did both sides. I just wanted to get a little bit of the excess off, not trying to get it dry. Okay, let me transfer this back in. And my calcium hydroxide should be about ready. As you can see, I've poured in the calcium hydroxide solution, and it's pretty hot. 121 degrees. When I first poured it in there, it was 130, so it's coming down quick. But then it's only like 70 degrees in this room. It was a lot colder than that when I first... let me brush some of this off. Not that it matters, because it's yeah, I don't know how that calcium hydroxide got in there like that, but it did. So, but that's above the Hollytech, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm going to give that about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 8 minutes. So what I'm going to do, and unfortunately you're not going to be able to see the whole thing, I'm going to try to push this up as far as I can get it. And we're going to pull the cover out and set it on my cutting board. I'm going to pull it out just like this, and that should dry off some of the, or take out some of the excess moisture. And there you have it. It's on my cutting board now. Find a place to put that. That looks like a good spot. And now let's see what we took out of it. This is my sriracha cup. And on that side it says, I put sriracha on my sriracha. And I do. I like sriracha. And yeah, I would say I got a little bit off of it. So that's probably going to be it for soaking. And that's going to be it for this video. We'll be back with another video on Wednesday. So check out the end screen here. I let it dry. Let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, a little bit of the red showed through. That happens. What I like about this is that there's no sign of the tide mark that was right here. It's completely gone. Now it still has a little bit of this. Yeah, it still has a little bit of the old pulp on it, but I can get that off without too much difficulty before I do it again. So why did I do this? Why did I go ahead and take all of the pulp off? Well, I wanted to clean it, try to get that tide mark out. That was successful. Let's take a look at the other side. See how badly I messed up the front, huh? I don't think I did. This was on the... Yeah, that was just sitting on when I put this down. I was looking at something else and working on something else, so... Little or no color loss at all. Of course, I still have to fix this, and that's not going to be too difficult. When I do it, I just have to make sure I get this on the right side. It's still going to show a little crack there, and I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. Should go like that. So overall, I'm pretty pleased with the way this has turned out. Like I said, you don't see that stain at all anymore. But I wanted to try to match the color a little bit better. And we'll get into that in the next video. You'll get to see my attempts to making a pulp that is similar to this in color. I'm laughing because that's a real doozy of a problem. I've already started working on it. I'm having trouble with it. But we'll get it. We'll get there. So there you go. That's where we're sitting right now. There you go. That's where we're sitting right now. It's going to take me a little while to get the pulp color the way I want it. And I'll show all the different pulps that I've done. I'm not going to show things like drying the comic and prepping it for drying. There's no reason to do that. I've shown it many, many times before. Just watch any of the old videos. I'm sure you'll see it. So the next step, of course, is getting the pulp the way I want it, deciding how I want to do that. And then I'm going to seal those, I'm going to dampen the comic a little bit, get it to where I want it, dampen it a little bit, and then I will seal the tears, and then we'll do the leaf casting. When I seal the tears, I'm not going to seal them all the way. I, I, just wait till the next video. You'll see what I'm talking about. Have yourself a great day. Don't forget that Wednesday night I do a live stream at 8 p.m. Central. And this week I'll be talking about comic grading and why it's different from one place to another. Why is what CGC says one grade, CBCS says it's another grade, PGX says it's another grade, and Overstreet has a different standard than all three of those. Yeah, we're going to talk about that for a little bit, and you don't want to miss it. It should be good. Plus, of course, I have comics that I've got that I'm going to show you, and that reminds me, I've got somebody coming by today later on that's probably going to have some comics for me to look at. We'll see you later on, and take care, everybody. Bye.